on, Chicago. Make some noise. Put your hands together. MAPC. You know whether I'm right. You know, Lord, whether I'm wrong. Yeah, you whether I'm right or wrong. Yeah, yeah. You know whether I'm right. You know, Lord, whether I'm wrong. Yeah, you know. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. While I'm down here, Lord, search my heart. Yeah. Lord, search my heart. While I'm down here praying.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Christians and friends. We thank and praise God for this, another glorious privilege to come into your homes or wherever you may be, riding along in your automobiles, your various places of business, even the boys and girls behind prison walls, to bring you Ramon Perry and According to Your Faith, the Gospel Show, emanating live and direct from the studios of WVTC, where we are stellar award-winning Victory Through Christ. We trust and pray that this time with Jesus would give you strength to go forward in faith. God bless you, beloved. I've got Dr. B with me tonight. I believe there's a doctor in the house.
Hey there, hey, is there a doctor in the house? Well, yes, there is. I am she is me, and me is her. Me, she, her is here. Hey there, hey, Dr. Perry, how are you this evening?
I'm blessed. God has been good. It's been a challenging week, but God is yet able. How you doing?
I'm better. Been
You're
dealing
better.
with a few health challenges this week, been down, but I'm better.
But God is yet able tonight. Listen, we've
God
got
is the healer.
Oh, yes, he is. I heard my old pastor say he's healing the body.
Yeah.
And he's healing the sin-sick soul.
The sin-sick soul.
Larry Beasley know what I'm talking about tonight.
Oh, yes, Uncle
Do
Larry.
you remember the woman who was sick for 12 long years?
Ooh.
Listen, tonight, we got a great show for you tonight. Listen, we've got some of the best. God bless you. Alice Williams here with me tonight for Ministry and Praise. Listen, we've got some heavy hitters on tonight. Our first guest, no introduction needed. We're going to bring him right on up. He's going into rehearsal in just a minute. That is none other than Chicago's own. He is a son of Chicago. We've got Dexter Walker in the building tonight. Yeah. How you doing, Dexter? You're muted.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now, Dexter.
Hey,
how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys?
We're blessed, man. We're blessed. We're glad to be here. God is good all the time. Listen, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm having a better week too. It's been past a few weeks. It's been tough. A lot of death. I had a member of mine that passed away, and a few other people that I know. So I'm having a better week. I cannot complain, you know.
Man, you know that angel has been busy.
Yes.
I thought COVID was over, but it's just like natural occurrences right now. God is doing what he's doing, and it's not easy, but we got to say yes to his will. How about that?
That's right.
But God bless you, Kim Jones. I got a question for you tonight, Dexter. Most people know that you're a son of Chicago. You've had Zion Movement for some years, and you guys have been doing some great things out here in the kingdom. You all have been traveling. You all stay on the road. Shonda English, my other guest, said, "Hey, Dex." She said she just interviewed you last month.
Yeah.
She's in backstage. She's coming up. Listen, Dexter, tell us a little bit about Zion Movement, how it got started. And I know you've said it before, but some of our first-time listeners, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, and we're on our website. Those that are listening, I want you to like and share this musical spiritual experience. Everybody share this tonight, right now. Share it to your front page. I know you all are out there. You're coming on through. Come on, Dexter, tell us about Zion Movement and how it got started.
Well, thank you so much for asking. Zion Movement is now 20 years old. We turned 20 on May 24th of this year. Yeah, 20 years and still going strong. So I was a very young man at the time, and I knew God's voice. He told me 2 years prior to start a ministry. It wasn't just to start another choir, because we know there's a lot of different choirs around, and especially in Chicago. But this would be a safe haven for young people and for older people as well. But you know, um, at the time, I mean, a lot of us were ridiculed for praising God in such a way, and just having our experience with God. And so this was an outlet for
Mm-hmm.
people 20 years ago. And I didn't really know anybody at the time. I started passing around flyers, went to restaurants, churches, everywhere I could go to let people know that a choir was starting. And about maybe 21 people showed up in my grandmother's basement. And we started in my grandmother's basement 20 years ago.
That's a good number to
Yeah.
start off with. And so, what was the turning point when you realized that we're going to be out on the road? God bless you, Kevin Peabody, out there in the Bay Area. Thank you for listening tonight, Kevin, my brother. I understand you'll be with me this weekend. Listen, when was the turning point when you realized that, hey, this is getting ready to be something? Dr. B, jump in with me, because we know that army, when they come in your church, just get ready.
And that's what it is. It's like an army. When they do come in, I'm like, wow, Dexter, really, really? Is that how you're going to treat us tonight? And I mean, when they come in, it's like so unified, so organized. I'm like, okay, I can get with this.
Thank you. So to answer your question, I saw a glimpse when God had showed me the vision, but it wasn't until I think it was 2000. I want to say 7, when YouTube was kind of new at the time, and one of my members said, "You should put us on YouTube." And I'm like, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "You should put the song that we just did, which was Hezekiah Walker's Lift 'Em Up." We did like a rendition of it, and I put it out there. And at that time, the term go viral. I never heard of that before, but that's exactly what it did. And after that, I mean, we started getting calls from all over the country, even outside of the country, which led us in years later to go on 2 European tours. But that's what I knew. Okay, this is going to be a little bit more,
Yeah.
and it took off from there.
And Larry Beasley said, "Oh yes, they are for a force, energy, and talent unmatched."
Praise God.
Coming
Thank you.
from Larry
Amen.
Beasley.
Praise God. I'm
So,
honored. Thank you.
I always ask this, Dr. B knows I ask this. What was one of your most memorable moments in ministry with Zion Movement?
Wow. Off the top of my head, we did a concert for a church on 87th. I want to say 80 something in Union. And my musicians, they didn't show up.
Oh Lord,
I
that
listen,
feeling.
I had no band. I was nervous. I didn't know what I was going to do. The Lord just told me to have a choir to sing. We sang without any music. We did a full concert, no music. We had young people to get saved. We had people who were outside of the building, just in the neighborhood, wanted to come to Christ, wanted to get to know more about God through our music ministry on that night. So that night, I will never forget it.
So if we
Wow.
don't need no music was a person, it was that night, right?
It was that. It was definitely that.
Oh
So
yeah.
what keeps you inspired to keep going, Dexter?
Well, I would say because I know I'm called to do this. I know without a doubt I am called to do this. And so God has given me an assignment. So it has to be completed. So no matter ups and downs, I still got to do it. I still
Yes.
got to do it. There's still people out here who need to be ministered to inside the choir, outside the choir. We have work to do. So we
Yeah.
can't stop until that's completed.
Evangelist Tanya Cuffey, Destiny Worship Center said,
Hey,
so
Tanya.
energetic and passionate.
Thank you so much. Much love.
Amen. Listen, I got another question for you tonight.
Mhm.
Are you a witness tonight?
Oh,
Woo.
yes, I am.
I'm
I'm a witness for the Lord. Yes, I am, brother.
And did he save your soul?
Yes, he did.
Listen, let's go to that one. What was instrumental in having you do that and do a different rendition of He Saved My Soul?
Well, I listen to a lot of older choir music all the time, still do to this day. And that song came on the radio. And my brain is, I don't know, it's different. And I heard it another way.
Yep,
And
we do.
the next rehearsal, I taught it to my choir and they fell in love with it. We did it at a church, put it on YouTube again, and people all across the country started singing this rendition of the song. We all know that the song came from Thomas Whitfield, but just took it and, kind of modernized it a little bit. And that's how that happened. And it's a great song just about belonging to Jesus Christ.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, there's something with people that listen to a lot of gospel music, those of us that are directors and musicians. God bless you, CEO Reverend Franklin Morris.
Reverend
God bless
Morris,
you
good evening.
for tuning in with us tonight. We go back and listen to a lot of old music.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the catalyst for going back and doing Witness?
Witness. Okay. So the story is I was looking for another song, right? Came across Witness, the old version from 1964, written by L.G. Scott. And I was on my way into rehearsal for Zion Movement rehearsal. I loved the song so much. I downloaded the song. I learned it in my head, gave it to my musician, and taught it the same night. The choir fell in love with the song. And I felt like I wanted to keep it. So we did it for a concert. I called Pastor Spivey because when I heard it, I said, this is Pastor Spivey. This ain't nothing but her. And I called her and I remember the song. She's like, how do you, but she did it. We put another video out there on Facebook and it took off and I knew I had to record the song. And
God bless you, Sal Butler.
Simple choir song that choirs can sing, that can fall in love with. And it just simply talks about, choir, we have been put on a back burner for so long. And my thing is, we got a message too. We a witness as well,
Absolutely. Listen, Dexter. So when you talked to Reverend Spivey about it, what did she say? She
didn't have any doubts about it. She said, I will do it.
She said, I'll do it. I'm telling you that when I first heard it, I was like, no, they won't go back and kill this song like that. Some songs are timeless, and you've made that timeless. Our owner said the last time I saw Dr. Walker was when we both got stuck in Colorado coming back from the Stellars in 2019. Well, I don't know if you remember that, but Dexter, you remember?
I think I do. Yeah.
Listen, I didn't want to play because Facebook sometimes does some numbers with us when we play original music, and I know that song is killing right now. But what I did do, I went and found I believe another version of it. Let's see if I can get that cranked up here. Let's see if we can get this cranked up here. Can you introduce it, Dexter?
Yes, I can. This one is not by us, right?
It is by you.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, this is Witness by Dexter Walker and Zion Movement featuring Pastor Angela Spivey. Enjoy.
Let's have some church tonight.
Oh,
going in over here because she gonna go hard, you know. So I called Zion Movement and Dexter along with Pastor Spivey. You all are closing. Nobody want to sing behind y'all.
No.
When you give her the mic, make sure you are done with your song.
It's over.
It's over. I'm gonna call a couple of them. When Lavanja,
Oh my God.
when Lillian Lloyd,
Oh man.
when Pastor Spivey, and when Jasmine get done with your song, don't worry about going on and sit down. It's about time to go to sit down.
It's over. May the Lord watch.
May the Lord watch. Dexter, Chicago's proud of you. We're all proud of
you
you.
so
Doing a
much.
great job. Stay
Amen.
out there.
God be the glory.
Don't turn back for nothing. I want you all to stay in the race. There's a long run for the Zion movement. I'm getting an echo here. Somebody help me out. I want you to go as far as you can go. When I was at the last recording that Reverend Hayes made with Reverend Hayes came to New G's recording right before he passed away. He told Ricky to run.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just telling you to run the race, run
Yeah.
as far as you can, and don't let nothing stop you.
Thank you so much.
And we are proud of you. Thank you for your time. I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna do something with choir directors and musicians. And if you're not busy, I want you to come back and share with us. Okay?
Okay. Well,
Amen.
thank you,
And
guys.
how can everyone secure this?
You can go right now to anywhere where digital music is sold, download it. You can even go to YouTube streaming accounts as well. So Dexter Walker and Zion Movement, witness.
Amen. God bless you, Dexter. I know you got to run in rehearsal. God bless you, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right.
All right, then. You heard it with Ramon Perry and Dr. B right here, according to your faith. That Angie Spivey, Pastor Spivey, and Zion Movement, and Dexter Walker. When I tell you, I know somebody got saved that night.
If they didn't, something was wrong.
If they did, something was wrong.
I can get saved 3 times over watching this, listening to it, but being there in an actual service with them, you better
She's
watch
gonna get
it.
you. She's gonna get you.
You better
Listen,
watch it.
I'm going to bring another guest up right now. I met this fine lady in Detroit, Michigan for the first time last year. And I've seen her on social media. I've seen some of the work that she's done. And we're for the first time going to bring Shonda English to the front. And it just
Well,
won't be no better than that. God bless you, Shonda.
Hello, hello.
hello.
God bless you. How y'all doing?
We are wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. Look, Dexter was going to rehearsal. I'm just getting out of rehearsal.
Come on.
Oh man, hang in there. You listen, everybody listen. I want you all to share. I want y'all to put us on your front page. We're gonna share some good information, and we've got one more guy. We get ready to go across 94, but right now, Shonda, I want you to tell us where you're from and how you got started in music.
Yes.
Well, I'm originally from Boston, Massachusetts. Grew up in South Carolina. I was born into the industry. My father was already recording for Hub Records when I was born. So I grew up surrounded by Reverend Milton Brunson, the Tommies, and Clay Evans, James Cleveland, all the Caravans, and all of their individual products. You know, I just grew up surrounded and submerged in it. So when people say, "Well, what style do you like?" All of it.
All of it.
All
You
of
know,
it.
but I gotta say, you know, Chicago just holds a special place in my heart. Even when I was going through depression, I went to Chicago and got my breakthrough. So Chicago is very special. So even on my radio show, I'm always playing Chicago music.
Wow,
Wow.
that says something. It's so much here. I grew up under
Mhm,
all those you mentioned have been an
mhm.
influence to me. So when
Amen.
did you realize that you had a musical gift in writing and singing? How did that come about?
Well, I always knew I was going to be in music somehow. When we moved to South Carolina, my mother, my sisters, they were taking piano lessons in Boston, and I ended up being the one that played because I was just maybe 5 years old, somewhere around there. And I heard something. We were playing records because in South Carolina at that time, the only gospel you really heard on radio was quartet, and that's not what we were
Mhm.
used to. So we were playing our 45s and our albums, and I was just sitting down at the piano, and I realized I could make a melody. And my mother was like, "Who taught you how to do that?" I'm like, "Nobody." So when my father came home to lay Bishop English, and Mama said, "Listen to what Shonda's doing," and I was playing, and he recognized the song. He was like, "How did you know to do that?" It was a gift from God. So
Right.
I was playing, for the youth choir at my church. I was a youth myself, and by the time I got to middle school, I was in the studio recording with my father's choir. I think I was like 13 years old, something like that. And
Recording at
ever since
13.
then, yeah, I mean, who's 13 in the studio recording and playing the piano, singing a song that she wrote?
Singing a
But
song you wrote.
yeah, so and ever since then, I mean, I've been in the studio ever since. So that's over half my life. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. I thank God for the gift. I give him all the glory because I mean, nobody taught me. God gave it to me, and my father eventually sent me to someone who could explain what I was doing so I could know the keys, know the theory, the chord progressions and all of that. But don't put sheet music in front of me. They ain't gonna do nothing for me, baby.
But if you hear it,
I can play it.
there you go. There you go. Isn't it something how we can just hear something and it stays in your mind and you
Yes.
can just go to the keyboard and play it? You
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you. It's a real personal question. I don't know if you're
Uh-oh.
gonna answer this online. What's
Uh-oh.
your instrument of choice, keyboard or organ?
Hammond, baby. Give me my Hammond anytime.
HB3 all the way.
Yes. Yes, honey. Give me a B3 or a C3. Give me a Hammond, baby, and I'm good.
Oh, I knew you was. I figured you might say that. I wasn't sure because some people like to keep. So let me ask you. I've seen you work, but when you are teaching, I'm just asking. Do you
Mhm.
like to play while you're or do you like to have somebody else to play while you're teaching a song?
I'm more comfortable on the organ teaching, simply because I've always done that. I think
Mhm.
if I didn't know how to play and just had an ear, it would be different. But because I've always been on the organ, my first time, when I realized I could do that, it was convocation at my church, and I think I was in the eighth, maybe ninth grade, and we had our convocation choir rehearsal, and the person who was directing, she couldn't make it, and so it was like, okay, well, I'll just teach a song. So I taught a song, and they learned it so quick. I said, okay, well, let me teach another one. And so within an hour and a half, I taught 4 songs. Everybody was like,
Wow.
"How did you do that?" I said, "I don't know." And so ever since then, I knew that I had the gift. So yeah, I'm at an organ, and I'm teaching. Now, when it comes to performing it, actually doing it, then I'll let somebody else play, and I'll stand and direct. But
Got
teaching,
it.
I'd rather be on the organ.
Okay, and I'm the same way. I'm the same way. But
Yeah.
it's some songs. If I have my musician, I want him to play it. Now, one of the owners of WVTC, who is also a pastor, singer, and musician and composer, put in B3 or C3. He's asking you.
Oh man, come on, man. Where you compare?
He said
Don't
you could
do
get
that.
him a A100. Don't
Hey,
sleep on it.
That's like saying green apples are red apples.
no,
Wow.
right. Well,
We'll,
listen,
we'll say the B3.
we'll say
B3.
the B3. So listen, you've got a project out now, and one of the songs that resonated with me is not the song that you're pushing, but
Okay.
let's talk about the one that you are pushing, and that is Step Right In.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Tell us about that song. How did you come about writing it?
Well, just listening to a lot of what's been going on with a lot of people in my circle, my inner circle. I have a very small circle that of those that are really close, and everybody
Mhm.
seemed to be going through some stuff. And I was like, "Would y'all forgetting what God did before? You went through worse than this before. What you fretting about now?"
Right, right.
So, you look back and see, oh man, you know what? I didn't think I was gonna make it through that because I'm a witness of that, not thinking I could make it through, not even wanting to make it through. I just wanted to give up. But God stepped in. And if he
Step
did it
in.
then, what makes you think he can't do it again? So I put pen to pad, started writing words that are encouraging. And I said, you know what? This has to be one of those songs where the music catches you first, the beat catches you, and then you listen to the lyrics and you're like, man, and
There
by
you
the
go.
end, you won't leave like you came in Jesus' name by the time you get to the end of the song. And
That's
that's
what
how it
happened.
happened.
Now
Mhm.
that's what happened with me because I was like, wow, I'm gonna tell you what I thought about it on the other side. Let's introduce it, and we're gonna play a little bit of it. Sometimes Facebook gets a little
Right.
strange with the copyright, but we're gonna play a little bit of. Go ahead and introduce it. Who wrote it? Who's singing it? And we're gonna play it.
Written by yours truly, Shonda English. The name of the song, Step Right In.
Always come to my rescue. Time of trouble, he's my refuge. I got a strength I can turn to. For without, I don't know what to do. There's the biggest thing, need a piece there to defend. Never had a better friend. When I call him, step right in. When I need him the most, step right in. When I can't see the road, step right in. Even when my day's dark as night, step right in. Jesus, my hero, brings me out alright. Yeah. Whoa. Always get.
All right, we're gonna cut
I
it right there because we want
love
you to go get that.
that's my
Thank
kind of music right there.
So,
Good,
Yes.
good.
so this is another question I ask. It's personal. You may not want to answer this question online in front of a lot of people.
Oh,
When you write, do you get the lyrics first or the music, or does it go the other way, or all in once? How does that come with you?
Hardly ever is it all at once.
Okay.
Um, and it varies from song to song. Sometimes I'll just
Mhm.
get a hook and I'm like, oh, I like that hook. And I have to record myself saying it as soon as I get it because I'll forget. So I'll just, and I'll leave it there and I may not touch it. So, maybe a month later or so. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. And then more will come. And then I might sit at the keyboard. Oh, I like this chord right here. No, let's do this. It all depends. It varies. I mean, and there's some songs I will get in my sleep, and I have to wake up and do it. So it all varies. But I hardly ever get a full song at one time.
One of my members says real smooth. I like that. I liked it, but there was another one that got me. But
Which
let's
one is
come,
that?
I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna play it in a minute, just a little bit of it. But let's come down 94 to Chicago. You did another one
Uh-oh.
called While Traveling. Let's talk about
while
that.
traveling.
Carol, God
While
bless you.
traveling through that. Listen, I wrote that song. That song is actually maybe 20 years old. Maybe 20 years old. And I sat on it. I initially wrote it for my father and his choir. And when he heard it, Dad was like, that's a quartet song. I'm like, no, it's not. I said, Dad, listen. He was like, no, I just hear quartet. I'm like, for real? And I'm like, nah, never mind then. And so then later on, we needed my choir needed something churchy that people could kind of rock to, whatever, that would cross the barriers. It was for old and young,
Mhm.
just something straight churchy. So I did it. And I asked Dad, I said, Dad, you remember the song? He was like, no. I said, this is the song you said was a quartet song. That's the song? Yes, Dad, that's the song. So I did it. I let Dorothy Norwood hear it. She was like, you need somebody else on this track with you. I said, who? She's like, call Lemmy. See if Lemmy will do it. And I let Lemmy hear it. Lemmy said, I love it. I'm on it. Send it to Richard Gibbs. I sent it to Richard so he could, take it to the studio. And I said, wait a minute, hold up, Richard. You mind playing the organ? I already had organ on there. But, since Richard is there, I mean, who wouldn't want Richard on there?
Right.
Richard,
Right.
you mind on the organ on this? She was like, sure, sis. I'm like, for real? You don't know me?
Right.
But he did it, and man, the collaboration was awesome. I mean, yeah, it's
That's
wonderful.
great. Let's play a little of it, and I want you to introduce it and tell who wrote it, who's singing on it, and we're gonna play a little of it. We want them to go out and purchase it. And before we say that, how can everyone secure your music? Let's do that first.
Yes.
All digital outlets, anywhere, online, Spotify, and like Dexter said, you can even stream it on YouTube. Just type in my name, Shonda, Shonda, English. And this song is While Traveling Through. Lemmy Battles is on lead with me, and Richard Gibbs, Inez Baby Boy, is on the organ, and we just having church.
Amen.
Let's go get it.
This world is not my home. I'm just passing through. My stay down here ain't long. While I'm here, I've got a job to do. I need the Lord. Got my feet, hold my hand. Said while I'm traveling, oh Lord, while traveling, said I'm traveling. Yes, I am. Oh, mile by mile, every day, Lord. I'm got to run, yes I do, 'cause I can't tarry. I gotta take time and fast and pray. And when I'm gone,
We ain't gonna give the store away, but you already know what that is, right? There you go. There you go. Coming out the gate, I felt that.
That Lemmy Battles. Let me tell you something, Mama Lemmy.
Yes, yes.
You did that.
Yes, she did. And when listen, y'all, when you go listen to the song, we really having church near the end. What? Oh my gosh, honey. Yes.
But they can secure it how so they can get to the end again?
You go anywhere music is sold online, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Tidal Wave, wherever. Go on YouTube and stream it there or whatever. You're gonna have a good time listening to that. I gotta give a shout out to David Walker and High Praise. That's the choir you hear in the background. And yeah, we have a good time singing that.
All right. Now
Somebody said they started praise juking, and my daughter said, yes, that's the one.
There you go. Now we're gonna play a little bit of this. I'm not gonna tie you up. I know you just got out of rehearsal. This is one that resonated with me when I first heard it, and I listened to everything. And all the songs are absolutely wonderful. I've already downloaded everything, but this is called "There Wouldn't Be a Me." Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's one of those songs. Another one where you look back on your life, and thank God for everything that He's done. You look and you realize if it had not been for God back then when you were dealing with stuff, some people, everybody didn't make it. You made it through stuff that took people out, and it had not been for Him back then today there wouldn't be. That's what it's all about.
Shonda English, let's go get it.
I was broken, and then He came and took the fragments of my life. He made me over and made me better than I was, old past behind. I don't know what could have been, and it had not been for Him, my life would be a mess, I confess. Where would I be if He didn't take the time to come and rescue me? If He didn't touch my blinded eyes so I could see?
See, do you get where you see what I'm talking about, Dr. B? That right there, I can see myself listening to that going down Lakeshore Drive and getting inspired.
Yeah.
That is a crossover right there. Do you hear?
I love that.
What's the lady's name? They used to be with D'Angelo.
Angie.
Angie Stone.
Angie
Well,
Stone.
it gives you that
Watch
feel.
out.
It gives you that
You
feel.
know,
And I'm an Angie Stone lover. I'm gonna tell you. But that right
and
there, yes,
yeah,
yes,
right.
ma'am.
So the richness is just it's so personal, and it just came out.
Yes.
It was talking to me. That
Yeah.
and that. Oh, one of my members said, "Woo, child, this one was for me."
My daughter just said, "Oh, that will be on repeat."
Woo, child.
Yes. Yeah.
So
If it had not been
Child
for
for
him
me.
back then, it wouldn't be
absolutely,
me. Yeah.
absolutely. So,
Your
Shonda,
album covers, the backgrounds is so beautiful. I love it. And
Thank
your
you.
makeup artist, phenomenal.
That is my cousin Yolanda English. She is an artist. She's a painter. So when she
Yes.
does the face, she sees a blank canvas, and God just has his way with her. Yolanda out of Columbia,
Wow.
South Carolina. She is, and look, and I have big eyes. She's the only one that can get my eyes right.
and you know, and so do I. So we're beautiful black, and we have big eyes.
Really,
Yeah.
Ramon. Seriously.
We in. This is what it is. Come on through here. That's it. They gonna get me for that one. The owners are gonna put me off tonight. Listen, Shonda, I'm so glad you shared with me. I'm gonna be doing a music forum online sometime
Yes.
soon. And if your schedule permits, I would love for you to be a part of it.
Definitely. All you got to do is call. You know, I'm there for you.
Please, 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 let's go and support Shonda English, and let's
Thank you.
support. And what is the title of the project again?
Traveling. No G. Traveling.
Traveling. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I-N. No G, y'all. I-N.
Yeah.
Can you come
Traveling.
No
back and
G.
share with us again?
Sure.
All right.
Anything.
Thank you
I
so much,
can't wait.
Shonda.
I
I look
can't
Thank
forward.
you.
wait.
You got to let me know what you think about it. Everybody was like, I can't find a favorite. I'm like, that's good. That's a good complaint to have.
That's
That's a
You
good
always
can't find a
problem.
good.
favorite.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's
It's 15
always
tracks.
good.
It's 15
Mm,
tracks. So yeah, it's a
I
full
got the whole
project.
thing downloaded. Well, thank you
I'm
so much,
on it.
Shonda. Love you,
Thank
and we'll
you.
be back. We'll have you back again soon, okay?
God bless.
Enjoy your evening.
Thank
All
you.
right.
You too. Bye-bye.
You heard that with Ramon Perry and According to Your Faith, the Gospel Show. Dr. B's right by my side. Don't y'all see it? The
Listen,
doctor's in the house.
that thing right there, oh yeah, and I'm not going nowhere. Listen, y'all, if you like what's going on, send up some hearts. We need some hearts. We need some smiley faces. We need some angry faces. Whatsoever it is that is in your spirit, get that algorithm up. Let's get it.
Let's
You know,
go
if you
get it.
want to like, comment, share, hearts. That's it, hearts.
Listen, I'm getting ready to get on 94, and I'm going to my other city. You know, I
Where we
have dual
going?
citizens. I'm going to the motor city of Detroit, Michigan,
Ah,
and I'm going to get my sister Staffy Blakely. God bless you, Staffy.
Bless you.
hey there, hey, how are
Hey,
you today?
lady. Hey, y'all all right?
We
God
good.
bless you.
How you doing?
All is well in the D. I hear y'all talking about the D. I mean,
Love it.
C.
Look, can I do this? The 313. But you know what? We all got different area codes. There's several of them now.
I know we don't know where nobody's from anymore. We don't know.
Mm-mm. Staffy, how are you doing this evening? God bless you. Tease, my cousin is here. How you doing, Staffy?
All is well. I am super blessed of God. First of all, Ramon, thank you so much for even considering me to be on your awesome, stellar, award-winning WVTC show.
Come on.
I'm honored to have you.
Yeah.
So, Staffy and I have worked together, and we've been we served in ministry there in Detroit, and she is doing some great things there. But for those that don't know, I want you to tell us a little bit about where you're from, your home church, and how you got involved in music, and how you got involved in ministry, and a few other things.
Oh, we need about 10 hours, but you know what? I was just sitting here writing. I said, so I don't forget nothing. And I said, I cannot believe that I've been involved in so much stuff. But my roots, my dad is a pastor. Mom is an evangelist. I'm an evangelist. So that PK thing, we was in church Monday through Monday,
Yeah.
Where we originally started before my dad started pastoring. My dad just celebrated 32 years.
Wow.
Yeah, as a pastor and us. Yeah,
Mhm.
just celebrated 32 years. And so, as a PK, I've done it all. I was minister of music. I was the organist. I was the piano player. I taught the choir. So we had to do it. We had to do it all.
Dr. West just said the world's greatest MC, evangelist.
Yes.
Thank you so much. All to God's glory. All to God's glory.
Oh, you got a fan club, huh? Uh-huh.
Wow.
She's somebody.
I
So
need to know
singing.
you.
Let's talk about that. Let's start there.
What do you say, my dear?
Singing.
Well, I do sing. I do. I do so many things. I did not put a lot of energy into that, if I could say it like that. Matter of fact, I know you don't have it. Bam! There's a CD right there. I did that 100 years ago, but it was something that I always wanted to do and accomplish. And I come across with your good alto raspy voice. So if you like a good alto raspy, I think you can get it for 99 cents now.
So before you even go on, let me tell you, before I knew you could sing, you had me with your speaking voice.
Oh, wow.
The first time I heard her, okay, I'm just going to be transparent. The first time I heard her MC, her voice is literally like butter.
Oh.
She just makes you, she engages you. She has
Yes.
the look, she has a personality. And I think I told you the first time I met you, I said, I think she's mean. But it just wasn't any of that. And when you got on and you start emceeing, first of all, you're anointed. And I felt the anointing in your voice, and it just exuded from you. And I was completely engaged. The floor of the house, you just knew what to do, when to do it, when to say it, and when to move on. And you had me at the voice.
Wow, wow, wow. Come on now. Watch out, Ramon.
I told you that before.
You
I was
did.
like, I like her.
Oh, bless.
I'm gonna have to get her over here to MC one of my programs.
Please, sir. I can travel. I can do that. I can.
So, Staffy, I want to ask you this. Who were some of the influences there in the city of Detroit? Because Detroit and Chicago, I call them the Twin Towers of gospel.
Yes, absolutely.
And there's so much rich history in both cities. And tell us some of those that may have influenced you along the way.
Well, most of my influences are unsung heroes, if you will. Of course, I've been in the company of everybody you all know to be great. Thomas Whitfield. I was producer for Dorinda Show for a while. Um, just all the Winans, recorded with them when they did the Family and Friends. I've been around all those people. But my greatest influences came straight out of my church, where it was old school, and they taught you everything from Staffy, go sit down. If I didn't get it right, it was a no holds barred. And so I give great credit to the late Willie Smith. He was our minister of music at the time. Of course, my parents they didn't play, and so they made sure I was where I was supposed to be. And what I was supposed to do, I got saved at 5 for real. Y'all don't know if you remember.
See, come on through. Come on through.
So I've really been in this for a long now. I'll be 59 this year. And so this is really, really what I do. So, and I must shout out one of the most wonderful radio announcers here, Dr. Deborah Smith Pollard.
Deborah Smith Pollard.
Yes, who just allowed me to come in and work with her. And so I learned that side of it as well in terms of being able to MC.
Well, I went and dug and did a little research, and I ran across this. Everybody lean in, tune in, like, and share. I need this on your front page. Let's go.
Do I have anybody that's victorious? That's not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. The Bible says to enter into his gates with some thanksgiving, to put into his heart with some praise. Do I have anybody that I ain't got to come and cry, that can push that record button and think about the greatness of Jesus?
thought I would just give them a foretaste
Oh my goodness.
of glory divine.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh.
Yes, yes.
Where did you find that?
I went looking. I was seeking.
You did. You did some homework, young man. You did some
I
homework.
did some more, and I did some more homework. Now there's a song, Lord Help.
Oh, yeah. That happens to be my favorite.
Let's talk about that, and we'll play it on the other side. But I want you to talk about that song. Who wrote it? Who's singing it? Let us know about that.
Yeah. Well, I wrote it and just gathered up some great choir members from everywhere to do the background for me. But Lord Help was birthed out of me needing some help. I had been through horrible divorce and was at wit's end, and I just remember screaming, "Lord Help!" And the song was birthed, if I can say it like that. It was birthed, and it was something that sustained me through some tough times. And I know people are going through some tough times, right, even right now. But if they would just know, you ain't got to have a long prayer. You got to have fancy words. You don't have to have a bunch of scriptures. But if you just scream
Right.
out,
Yes.
Lord help, he will come. He will
Yes.
your rescue. And that's what he did for me. I'm telling you, I had all kinds of crazy thoughts going through my head because it was a horrible time. And when I screamed, Lord help, and then I put the pen to paper, the song came about. And so it blesses me today when I hear it.
Let's go ahead and play it, and we'll talk more about it on the other
Oh.
side. Dr. B, here's Lord Help by
Yes.
Staffy
God,
Blakely,
help.
evangelist.
Wow.
Glory to your name. Come on, lift your hands in this place. The Spirit of our living God is here to help us. Because I know we've been through some stuff. We've been through some depression and oppression. Suicide has no place in our life. When I'm all by myself, I think about the goodness of Jesus Christ in my life. And he's here to save us. He's here to help us. When I can't do this thing on my own, I'm crying out, help. I need you, I need you, I need you, Jesus. Can I get a witness out there? He came that we'd have life, and that life more abundantly. Oh, listen, tell the Lord this. I need your help, Jesus. I need your help right now, right now, right now. I need your strength. I need your strength. And your Lord, help me.
Y'all gonna have to go.
Oh my God.
Sylvia said, I know what you mean.
Yes.
Yes, yes. That song takes me back to that time when
Yes.
time to play. I really had to call on the name of the Lord to help me, to literally help me.
I
Wow.
felt that. I felt the passion in that. And one of the owners, he kind of quickened when the choir first came out with the vocal. See, many of us that are musicians, you know this, Staffy.
Yeah.
Those of us that write and know music, Dr. B, you know this. We hear things slightly different,
Different.
and we're listening, and certain chords that are anointed with words behind them can just grab you on the inside and mean something, and it just does something to you.
Wow. I give a
Yeah.
shout out to pastor now, Raymond Davis, who really pulled me out to do this. I didn't ever think of really recording. He said, Steph, come on. It's somebody out there that needs what you have. And I encourage people out there, don't be discouraged, because it's a ton of awesome singers in Chicago, a ton here in Detroit, and sometimes you can get inundated with a bunch of singers, and you just feel like you're not, but God has need of whatever your gift is. And so don't put it on the back burner.
Don't put that on. And then there was a key change, and you went back, and your run rippled and got every chord and got right back to the Dominic. I was like, see,
Look,
that's somebody.
listen, I didn't even know I did all that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yes.
Dr. B, what
Yes,
say
ma'am.
ye? What say ye, Dr. B?
You
Listen.
just taught me something here. Don't put it on the back burner. And I've done that. I am that person who is a singer and a songwriter. But because someone told me that I don't like your kind of singing and I don't like your music, but I'm a Gospel Choice Music Award recipient.
Come on.
Make it make sense.
Yes.
And that kind of dumbed me down a little bit. And you just said something that encouraged me. So now, Lord, I need your help.
Yes. Yes. Dr. B, I'm looking for your music. I'm looking for whatever God has given you to do. You got 4 months to get going and to put
Why
something,
just 4?
because the end of the year is in 4 months. So it's already in you, girl. All you got to do is do it. And now one thing you'll learn about me, I'm going to push you to the 10th power.
And I'm going to let you.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to.
Yes,
And
got it.
Lord, Reverend Morris said, teach. And Big Brother Ramon done heard it. So I'm woman enough to be held accountable for my actions.
Come on.
My actions shall be, Minister Blakey,
Now, see,
you gonna hear it.
See, now the evangelist just showed up here. See, and I leave room for that because
Yeah.
I don't know how the Lord wants to move, and I'm okay with it.
Absolutely.
Go
Absolutely.
Keep
ahead with
moving because I'm batting
Yes.
back tears. Y'all leave me alone for a little minute.
Fine.
Well, Staffy, what
Yeah.
would you say to someone that might be going through something similar to what you were experiencing when you wrote that song? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a natural progression. When we was little, it was grandma's friends leaving.
Yeah.
We got a little older, it was mama's friends leaving. And now it's our friends.
Yeah.
We made it through COVID and we thought things would lighten up, but it seemed like that angel just keep coming back, taking for. What would you say to somebody that's on the brink and their back is up against the wall tonight?
Yes.
I would say to them, stay vigilant before the Lord. Number one. Secondly, and that's huge, of course. But secondly, we as the saints of God are afraid, or we think less to go and find some physical help, a therapist, somebody you can talk to. Listen, prayer changes everything. We're gonna
Yes.
put some folks out there that will just listen, learn to become an avid listener, because after pandemic, people were put away and stowed away by themselves. When we finally broke out, people wanted some people that would just listen.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't know about you, but I found myself telling my story and I take a breath. Now I'm talking about that person's story,
Yes.
For people that are going through it right now. We just lost a coworker. I just lost a coworker to suicide. Yesterday, jumped off of one of the big buildings.
Is that lady that everyone was talking about?
Well, that one wasn't. That she's a second person. We didn't know her, but the city came together to try to save her. But unfortunately, it did not happen as we hoped. But what I say is, suicide is a secret. And at some juncture, we may have all thought about it. I know really going through it, I was like, I just need to get out of this. And the adversary, and this is where what's so important that we should know, the adversary will come immediately to steal, kill, and destroy you. And he will play on you. He will
Yes, he will.
jump, get it over with, all that kind of stuff. But I'm here to say to somebody that's on this line, that's watching this show tonight, that there is absolutely nothing too hard for God.
Nothing.
And whose report will we believe? We're gonna believe the Lord.
Absolutely.
So I encourage those that's really going through, because these are hard times. And like you said, Ramon, grandmama said it, mama said it, and now it's us. And the world is just crazy right now. I've never seen nothing like it. Right? I don't know. I've never seen nothing like it, but I encourage Those of you out there, yes, you can make it. Yes, you will live. Yes, you will not die. You will declare the works of the Lord. Yes, you will. So do not, Dr. B, do not, Brother Ramon, let nothing separate you from what God has for you. Hang on to the promise. Hang on.
Hang on.
Thank you. I needed to hear that. That was for me tonight too.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we've all been got a lot going on, but we're still trusting the Lord. And I appreciate you sharing with us tonight. Listen, we're getting ready to go. I'm so glad you came, Staffy. Will you come back and share with us again, please?
Yes.
Please have me back. I do radio too, and
I
very
know.
seldom do people interview me. I'm usually on that side. So I was like, oh my God, I'm kind of uneasy because I'll never talk about myself. But yes, sir, whenever you call, I am available for you.
I appreciate it. Tyra, Walter, I love you. Alice, some of you all have stuck with me all night. Be sure and like and share this live tonight. Dr. B, thank you for everything.
Oh,
And
no problem.
owners and engineers and those that work behind the scenes to make this presentation the success that it is. I'm so grateful. I want you all to plan to be with me next week. Next week, I'm doing a special show on the late Miss Ethel Holloway, longtime singer
Yes.
with Jesse Dixon and the Thompson Community Singers. She was also a standalone solo artist. Her son's going to be with me next week, and I'm really excited about doing that. If you remember, what was that song that she sang? It's in E flat. It's fast. What's that? She sang it with the Thompsons, and I can't believe I can't think of that song right now. He'll make it all right. How does it
He'll
start
make
off?
it up. If you got a problem in your
If
life,
you got
take it to
problems
Jesus.
in
Oh,
your life,
oh yeah.
take it to Jesus.
Yes.
She was my first minister of music. We'll talk about all that next week. But listen, I want to thank Dexter Walker. I want to thank Shonda English and again, Evangelist Staffy Blakely. I'll be in your city real soon. I'm going to hit you up. Maybe we can go chop it up, have a bite to eat. Dr. West and I will be together in the next several days. Something great is going to happen again in that city.
Wow.
And Marcel don't wait long. He's going to start on it right away. It's going to get rocking and rolling months away. But listen again, I want to thank the owners, engineers, everyone, as far as my voice can be heard, and all you all that have tuned in tonight by way of Facebook, YouTube, or the website or the app. Thank you and God bless you. And I look forward to seeing you guys next Thursday, 7 p.m. Me and my sidekick, Dr. B, will be with you. Ramon
I'll be
Perry,
right here.
According to Your Faith, the Gospel Show. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it.
God bless you. Dr. B, I'm looking for you.
I'm sending you a friend request.
Okay.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio.